Good morning, students. Okay, my name is PCS Nagendra Setti. I am from CSC department, working as assistant professor, CSC Engineering College. Okay, today we are discussing about the Python programming in these concepts list and tuples. Okay. Okay, the contents are list and tuples. First of all, what is list? Lists are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Lists are used to store collection of items in a single variable. Okay, how to declare the list? How to declare the list? The list items, the collection of list items stored in a single list, and list items are represented within the square brackets. So lists are created using square brackets. Okay, the example of list is for creating a list. Here car is the list name. Here car is the list name, and Swift, Baleno, Etios, these are the list items. These list items is represented within the square brackets. Okay, this is creation of a list, right? Cars is the list name and Swift, Baleno, Etios is the list items. Okay, if you want to display the list values, simply using print statement, print of cars. You can write the statement like this: print of cars. Cars is the list name, right? The output of this statement is Swift, Baleno, Etios, right? The output also represented within the square brackets because of cars is the list. Right? List items is represented within the square brackets. So that's why output also represented within the square bracket. Right? Next. List items. List items are changeable and allow duplicate values. List items are changeable and allow duplicate values. If you want to declare a list, okay, in list consists of set of values. Okay, after declaring list, we can change the list values, and duplicate also allows. Okay, example of list is cars is the list name is equals to Swift, Baleno, Etios, WagonR, Swift. These are the list elements. These items are represented within the square bracket because of list items is represented within the square brackets only, right? Here list allows duplicate values. Okay, here duplicate values are Swift. Just wait. Right? Duplicate values are Swift. Here. Right? List allows duplicate values also, and changeable. You can change the elements of list also. Right? Okay. The output of this list is similarly print cars. We are representing print cars. The output of list elements are Swift, Baleno, Etios, WagonR, Swift. Okay, here in this example we are discussing the list allows duplicate values. Here output also representing, here displaying duplicate values, right? Next. right? Next, changeable. Changeable means in list items also you can change based on index values. Based on index values you can change the list items. Okay, in similar to arrays in C programming we are studying arrays. In array elements, how to access the array elements? Simply based on index values you can access the array elements. Similarly, list also accessing elements using index values. Okay, for example, here one list is declared, the cars is the list name and elements Swift, Baleno, Etios is the list values, right? Okay, if you want to access these elements, how to access these elements? Based on index values. Based on index values you can access these elements, right? Okay, index value is starting from 0 onwards. Okay, see here 0, 1, 2. Okay, index value is based on 0 onwards. So if you want to access first element, that is Swift, we are representing cars of index value is 0, right? Like this. Okay, if you want to access second element, list name, cars of index value is 1. If you want to access third element, cars of 2. Okay, based on index values you can access the list items. Okay, this is the output of cars of 2. Here we are printing the cars of 2, that means third element, the 1, 2, 3, third element. Cars of 2 means third element, right? Okay, the output of cars of 2 is Etios, that is the output. Okay, next. Negative indexing. In previous slide we are discussing accessing elements using index values. We are accessing positive index values, but here we are accessing using negative index values. Negative index values means, negative indexing means starts from the end -1 refers to the last item and -2 refers to the second last item. Okay, index values refers from last onwards. Okay, positive values is refers from starting onwards. Okay, index values, minus values, negative values refers from last to first. Okay, how to declare negative values? Similarly, positive values, how to declare the positive values? This way, negative indexing also declaring like this. Here cars equals to list items. Print cars of -1. Okay, -1 represents last element. Sorry. -1 represent last element. -2 represents second last element. Like this, -1, -2, -3. Based on these negative index values, you can access the elements from ending to starting, right? Here, print car of -1. These car of -1 represents last element, that is Etios. Okay, print car of -2, that means second last element. -2, car of -2 represents these elements. The output of car of -1 is Etios, car of -2 is Baleno. Okay, simple. Next one is range of indices. Range of indexes. You can specify a range of indexes by specifying where to start and where to end the range. Okay. In list of elements, you can access certain part of the list items also using these range of indices. Range of indexes. Okay. How to declare range? Very simple. Here consider a simple example. Here cars is the list and these are all list items. Print cars of 2:4, 2:4. This is representing range of list items. That means 2 means second element and 4 means last element, fourth. Okay, from second to fourth. In this range, consider only 2-3 elements only. Last fourth element not consider. Okay, here representing. Note that the item is in the position 4 is not included. Not included in range representation. Last element is not included. Okay, here displaying only 2 elements. So second element, third element. Okay, right. Here output is Etios and Wagoner. Okay, fourth value is not considered. Here index values is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Here we are representing 2 to 4 range. 2 to 4 range. Okay, in range consider second element, third element only, fourth element not included. Okay, that's why here output is second element and third element only. Right, this is the range representation in list. Next, next concept is tuple. Okay, this is also similar to list values. Okay, tuples are used to store multiple items in a single variable. List is also store multiple values in a variable. Okay, tuple is also similar. Tuples are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Right. Next, a tuple is a collection which is ordered and unchangeable. That is the difference between list and tuple. In list, we can change the element list items. Okay, but in case of tuple, we cannot change the tuple items. Once we are declaring tuples, the tuple items cannot change. Okay, if you want to change that tuple item, there is another process that is also discussed in this class. Right, tuple are written with round brackets. Okay, tuple are declared with round bracket. Round bracket means parenthesis. Tuple items are declared within the parenthesis. What about list? List items are declared within the square brackets. That is another difference between list and tuple. Right? Okay. Consider an example of creating a tuple. Okay. Here, cars. This is a variable name. Cars is the tuple name is equals to Swift, Baleno, Etios. These are the tuple items. Swift, Baleno, Etios. These tuple items are represented within the parentheses. Right? Okay. List items are represented within the square brackets. Tuple items are represented within the parentheses. Right? Next, print cars, output of tuple items. Okay. Simple example. Next, tuple items. Tuple items. How to access the tuple items? Okay, using index values you can access the tuple items. In case of list, we are accessing using index values. Here also using index values you can access the tuple items, right? Tuple items are unchangeable and allow duplicate values. Okay, tuple items are unchangeable. List items changeable. List items are changeable. You can using index values you can change the list items. But in case of tuple, the tuple items are not changeable, and allow duplicate values. Okay, tuple also allow duplicate values, list is also allow duplicate values, right? Tuple items are indexed. The first item has index 0 and second item index 1, etc. Okay, based on index values you can access the tuple items. The index value is starting from 0 onwards, similar to the list items. Okay, the index value is starting from 0 onwards. Next, unchangeable. Okay, based on index values we cannot change the tuple items. But how to change? If you want to change the tuple item, how can I do? Very simple. The tuple is converted into list. And then change the list items and again converted into tuple. That is the process of changing the elements of tuple items, right? Okay, that is the process. Next, tuple are unchangeable, meaning that we cannot change and add, remove items after the tuple has been created. Once tuple is created, the tuple items cannot be changed, right? It allows duplicates. That is also discussed in previous. Right? Example, car is the tuple name. Cars is the tuple name. Here Swift, Baleno, Etios, Wagoner, Swift. These are the tuple items. Here Swift is repeated. That means duplicate items allow in tuples also, right? We are using print statement to display the values of car. It displays all the elements in tuple, right? That means the tuple allows duplicate values. Okay, next. Create tuple with one item. In previous example, we are creating a tuple with different tuple items. Here we are creating a single item. Okay, please observe carefully. Example, cars is the tuple name. Parenthesis, within the parenthesis we are declaring a single tuple item. Okay, in tuple we are declaring a single item. We must declare comma. You cannot declare comma. It is not treated as a tuple. Understand, right? Here we are declaring comma operator In case of single value, we are declaring single value, we must declare the comma, right? Print type of cars, it returns tuple. Type is the predefined statement, it returns the data type of the variable. Type of cars, it returns tuple. Okay na? Check another example. Cars equals to Swift, but in this tuple we are not specifying comma. Okay, print type of cars, it returns string. That means it is not a tuple. Okay, if you want to declare tuple with one value, tuple value, we must declare comma. In case of one value, okay, multiple values no problem. In case of one value, we must declare comma. Okay, otherwise it is treat as a string data type. Okay, right. Next, tuple items. Here we are declaring different tuples with different data items. Okay, tuple 1, banana, apple, cherry. In tuples we are storing different data values. Okay, in this example we are storing only string data values. In tuple 2, in second example, we are storing only integer values. In tuple 3, in third example, we are storing only Boolean values. That means tuple allows different types of data values, and similarly tuple allows multiple type of data values also. Multiple type of data values means collection of multiple type of data values, right? Okay, in these examples we are storing different similar type of data values. In next slide we are storing different multiple type of data values. Okay, okay, see, a tuple can contain different data types. Tuple with strings, integers and Boolean values. Example is tuple 1 is equals to ABC is the string data type, 34 is the integer data type, true is the Boolean data type, integer, string. That means tuple allows different data values. Okay, tuple allows different data values, right? Access tuple items. Okay, I already told, using index values you can access the tuple items, right? You can access tuple items by referring to the index numbers inside the square brackets, right? Print the second item in the tuple, second item. Okay, we want to print this item only. How to access? Using index values you can access the tuple items. Okay, index values, how to declare cars of within the square bracket, we are representing index value from 0 onwards, starting from 0 onwards, 0, 1, 2. Okay, we want the second element, that is represented by 1, index value is 1. Okay, cars of 1, it returns the Bellino, second element, right? The output is Bellino. Okay, sorry, here we are representing small letter, here capital letter. Okay, output also small letter, right? negative indexing. Okay, similar to list, tuples also accessing using negative index values, that is representing the elements from last onwards. Okay, -1 represents last element, -2 represents last to second element. Okay, refers to the second last item, right? Here example is Swift Baleno Etios. Cars is the tuple and these are all these are all tuple items. Okay, if you want to access the last element using negative indexing, using negative indexing, you can access the last element. Okay, -1 is representing the last elements. That's why cars of -1 it returns Etios. Okay, if you want to access second element, you are representing cars of -2. Okay, similar to list items. Okay, this is very important. Okay, tuple items are not changeable, but if you want to change the items, we need to follow a simple process. That is, first of all, we need to convert tuple into list and perform different operations. So that is add the new item, delete the element existing item. Okay, you can perform different operations on list and that list is converted into tuple. That is very simple process, right? If you want to change the tuple items, we must do like this only, this process, right? Change tuple values. Once a tuple is created, you cannot change its value, right? Tuples are unchangeable or immutable. Okay, list items are mutable. That is mutable means changeable. Okay, unchangeable or immutable means not changeable, right? You can convert the tuple into list, change the list and convert into the tuple. That is the process for changing the tuple items, right? This is the example of converting the list into tuple and change the tuple into the list and change the list items and again convert it into list into tuple, right? Convert the tuple into list to be able to change it, right? Here we are taking a simple tuple cars equals to the tuple items are Maruti, Toyota, Benz. Okay, first of all you need to convert these tuple into list. First of all, this tuple is converted into list. Okay, here list of cars. This is the process of converting tuple into list. Okay, if you want to convert list into tuple, that is representing here tuple of listing. Okay, list of cars. This means car is the tuple. This is converted into list. That list information is stored into the company. So company is the list. Company is equals to tuple is converted into list. Now list items are Maruti, Toyota, Benz. Okay, company is converted into list. That's why here list items are declared within the square brackets only. Okay na, right? Here company is a list. We can apply any changes in list. Why? Okay, list are changeable, list items are changeable. Here company of 1, company of 1 means here representing index value 0, 1, 2. Okay, company of 1 represent these value Toyota. Okay, company of 1 is equals to Kia. That means in place of Toyota we are assigning Kia, right? In place of Toyota we are assigning Kia. Okay, it is changed. Why? Because this is a list items are changeable, right? Okay, next, again we need to change those list elements into tuple. Okay, the process of changing the tuple items is very simple. First of all, we need to tuple into list and apply changes into list and again convert it into tuple. Okay, that process is performed like this, right? Next, we are applying Kia into particular position and that list is converted into tuple of company. That means company is the list is converted into tuple, that information is stored into the cars. Okay, now cars is the tuple. Print cars value Maruti, Kia, Bench. Okay, after updating the information changed like this. In previous, the tuple consists of Maruti, Toyota, Bench. This is a tuple. Okay, after performing this process, display the tuple values Maruti, Kia, Bench. Okay, here these tuple values, how to change these tuple values? Very simple. Okay, first of all, we need to, the tuple is converted into list. Okay, and then apply changes and again converted into list into tuple. Very simple, right? This way to change the values in a tuple, right? Next, add items. Okay, next class we will continue. Thank you.